What's up, y'all? Welcome to Comic Book Addicts. This is episode 17. We got a good show tonight. We have Marcus back this week, hanging out, chilling, jamming to the lo-fi. And we have special guest DJ Linx tonight, so I can't wait for that. I've been wanting to talk to this guy forever. I've been a fan of his channel for a long time. But let's head over to the comments and see who we got in the comments. We got TM Nerdy. Hello from a little island I call my home. What's up, Travis? I hope you're doing well, man. We got Mike from Evil's Comics. He said, yo, let's go. I hope you were doing well this evening, Mike. I'm glad you made it out, man. Let's see who else we got. We got Adam collecting with Durs.
Congratulations to Adam. He just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm taking full credit for it. He could not have done it without me. You're welcome, Adam.
Dude, yeah, man. Congrats on 1K. He just shot straight through the numbers like it was nothing.
I'm pissed at both of you. Screw you both. Whatever.
Dude, he'll pass me in probably the next couple of weeks, man. We got Tony, Comiverse. What's going on, everyone? Cooking some supper and hanging out with my dudes and dudettes. Well, Tony, I'm glad you could make it, man. I'm glad you could hang out with us. We got Izzyverse NYC, who just wrapped up his show, which was a lot of fun. He did a rundown of some different top 10 lists from Key Collector and just various data. Pretty interesting stuff. It was a good show.
I realized I have been tripping. I thought I was already subbed to him and I wasn't, but I definitely fixed that tonight. If you're not subbed to Izzy, definitely get over there and fix it like I did tonight.
Yeah, he has an awesome channel. Miss Linx in the house. What's up, Miss Linx? Glad you can make it.
Linx.
DJ Linx, congrats. He says congrats, Durs. Yeah, man, definitely congrats. That's a huge milestone. We'll go ahead and get started. Jump over into the comic book community news. Let me get this music cut off real quick. All right, everybody, unless you've been hiding under a rock, we have a free comic book day this Saturday, May 6th. So you guys got any cool plans? You got any cool plans, Marcus, for free comic book day?
I'm just gonna go blow some money on free comic book day.
Right. Just wanted to remind everybody that that's this Saturday, May 6th. Also coming up, May 13th, CBC Award nominations open up. That's less than 2 weeks away. Help us over the next couple of weeks to get the word out. You can nominate your favorite channels by going to cbcawards.org and stay up to date on the awards by following CBC Awards on Instagram. Brian is currently looking for sponsors for categories and also any donations. Go ahead, Marcus.
If you're looking for sponsor donation, those awards that he gets not cheap. There's a lot of things that he's plugging into this thing to build it, so it's not a money making effort. It is paying for this thing, and he did sink a lot of his money into it last year. So this is a passion project, to be sure. But also, we do have less than 2 weeks left, as he said, and we are trying to get the word out harder now than ever before. Brian has made some videos that you can share on your profile to promote this thing, and you can add your own music, put your own flair on it, make it yours, and share it to your audience. And that's what we're asking for now as we get into this last 2 weeks. So if you like one of those videos, hit Brian LCS up, hit me up. We'll be happy to message you one, and you can post it with your music, easy peasy. And if you need any help figuring out how to do that, I can help you with that as well. Everybody who shares it, everybody who pushes this out, thank you so much. The biggest argument that people have about this thing is does not represent this community, and it's absolutely true. It only represents a small portion of this community, and I really would like to see a bigger chunk of this community, and the way that we're going to do that is by everybody pushing this information for the next 2 weeks. So please hit me up, hit Brian up. Let's get this out there. Share these videos. Let's let people know.
Absolutely. And one thing I wanted to note is that the trophies, like you were saying, are not cheap, and shipping on those trophies in both the US and internationally. So yeah, definitely sponsorships and donations are very helpful. And you can, if you're interested in doing so, just hit Brian LCS up on Instagram, just message him that way. And be sure to follow CBC Awards on Instagram so you're up to date on everything. Let's see, what do we got next? Oh yeah, my subscriber giveaway. I told y'all I would announce my 1K giveaway. I'm gonna announce that. Let's see, what day did I pick? Okay, we're gonna do my 1K giveaway Saturday, May the 20th at 7:30. We're gonna shoot for 7:30 Eastern time. That gives everybody like 3 weeks or so if you want to be there. It'll be 7:30, and it'll just be like an open hangout. Anybody can come and hang out, and we'll have tons of stuff that I will be giving away. I got 5 Marvel Legends sealed to give away. We got the Alex Ross Marvel mural that I'll be giving away. Really cool. And we also have a couple of slabs to give away. I have this CBCS 98 badass slab right here. Mike Mayhew exclusive.
That's nice.
Yeah, Star Wars We're the Bounty Hunters issue 1. And courtesy of Chris the Comic Vet, I'll be giving away this Wonder Woman 80th anniversary issue 1. It's a CGC signature series, and it's signed by Rose Besh.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's a courtesy of Chris the Comic Vet. So shout out to Chris. And if you've never checked Chris the Comic Vet out, he has a really cool channel over on YouTube as well. So be sure to check him out. Marcus, what you got going on tomorrow? I think you're dropping a new episode of Comic Book Storytime tomorrow around 1, right?
Finally, 1:00 Eastern time, noon Central time. I will be premiering my episode 5 of Comic Book Storytime. This time we have our comic book dad, Lorenzo, jumping in the seat, and he's going to talk about his childhood love for the parody book, Not Brand Ek, with Marvel Comics. And he also gets into great artist Marie Severin, who is criminally underrated, underappreciated. I've actually got to learn a lot about her building this video with him. So that's one of the great things about doing these videos is whatever subject matter the person brings, I'm digging into it. I'm diving, I'm learning about it. And that's been a great asset for me as I'm learning more about comics and about what you people love. I know Pocan Joe talked about PTSD and veterans. I learned so much about that. We had Cali Comics come on for episode 4 talking about Beta Ray Bill and self-worth and mental health and things of that sort. Was great. We had Beckerman in the first episode talking about why Hawkeye never, ever deserved his wife Mockingbird, which I wholeheartedly agree with. But it's a great series. I've really enjoyed working with people in this community and getting to know the subject matter that they're trying to put out. It's been really a fulfilling process, really, in terms of working with them, collaborating with them, and then digging in to do the research to add the graphics for them. I've really been enjoying it. It's a lot of work, but I've been enjoying it, and I hope you guys do. So definitely check it out if you can tomorrow. And if you can't catch the premiere, give me a like and a view whenever you can, man. I appreciate it.
I know I'll be checking it out, man. It's definitely, I've enjoyed them. You can tell that a lot of work has went into them. They're really well done.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you can. They're really nice. I also wanted to mention collecting with Durs. I had this written down. I was going to try to push him to 1K, but the bastard's already like at 110 now or 1010 or something like that. So congratulations to Durs for passing 1K, which is freaking awesome. I was going to try to push him there tonight on the live, but
I'm not jealous. I'm not bitter. I'm not any of those things. Not at all, guys.
He does not need my help at all, but congratulations, Durs. It's awesome, man. Tonight after the show, be sure and flip over. I think it's on TM Nerdy's channel this week for Between the Lines with Travis and Roscoe. They're going to have special guest Shop from creator of the Shopverse. In case you guys are not familiar with what the Shopverse is, I'll throw it up on the screen right here real quick. There's actually...
Silver Centurion, baby.
But this is actually just the start of he's added so many more since then. But he's a really good artist, and he's going to be hanging out at 8:35 over with those guys. But
the great thing, one thing I want to say about Between the Lines, the great thing about that show is that there's audience participation. So if you want to draw the theme along with them while they're interviewing and chatting, you can draw with them and send it in at the end, and every drawing gets showcased, and it's really fun part of the show when all the drawings get showcased. So if you're an artist, definitely get in there on that and definitely one day be on the show. It's a great way to get exposure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun when I went on there. I think we did Spider-Punk Earth 138. It was a lot of fun. They do a lot of cool topic related different topics on there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a guest. I can't draw.
I can't either, dude. I just did the best I could. But anyways, man, let's get to tonight's guest. Tonight's guest recently hit 3K himself, 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is massive, and deservingly so, because he not only puts in the time and hard work, but he is someone who is very well respected in the community for his willingness to work with some of the smaller channels coming up. He helped me and sub to me when I barely had any subscribers and was brand new. And that's just the type of guy that he is. He's an amazing DJ who displays his mixes on his channel and is an avid comic book collector. Y'all help me and Marcus welcome DJ Linx on the live stream. What's up, man?
Stick around, motherfuckers.
Yo, dude, I'm about to tear up over here. That's like the greatest intro I've ever gotten. Thank you, man.
Yo, I really enjoyed.
Take notes.
I will say real quick, when I think it was on a Legion of Comics chat, I don't know, it was Burke's Subway chat where he talked about you talked about how he came in at the beginning of your channel and was supporting your channel, encouraging you to get going, and how you're doing the same thing, encouraging channels getting started. I was a big proponent of Scotty starting his channel and getting it going.
Absolutely.
And I just shout out to all, and there's a number of people who helped me and pushed with me. Dank Comics is one, Comics with Bueller is another. So shout out to all those people pushing us in this median, encouraging us, helping us. It's really a big deal. And when you get big like DJ and you're still out here with the little guys, helping them, pushing them, encouraging them, mentoring them, you got to appreciate that. And I love that conversation that you guys had. I love that giving it back and that community feeling that we have. And I got mad respect, DJ. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you. I think that's it's a big part of like what we do and what we should do. And I might not do it as often as I would like because I'm so busy and there's a lot of stuff that goes into my videos. But I think it's important to kind of go into a live stream, like Scotty being in your live streams. I really enjoy what you bring to the table, Scotty. Like,
thank you.
It's completely different than what everybody else is doing. And that's kind of like fundamentally like what we have to do. We need to differentiate ourselves in a way. And what you bring to the table and the serious conversations and stuff that you have, I absolutely love it. And that's why I gravitated toward your channel early on.
Dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And I'm trying to kind of create my own lane out here, just try to do my own thing. That way there's no competition. It's just me doing
That's right. We all got to do our own thing. We can't be doing all the same thing. Absolutely. There's enough new comic book day haul videos, guys.
That was the first thing that I scrapped.
Yeah, I scrapped one a long time ago. Yeah.
But tell us about yourself for anyone at home who doesn't know DJ Linx. Who is DJ Linx?
Well, I am DJ Linx. Well, I'm DJ Linx. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Bed-Stuy, do or die. It's funny, right between, literally in the middle of the Marcy projects where Jay-Z is from and LG projects where like Big Daddy Kane is from. So literally right in the middle. On Bedford Ave and Park Ave, if anybody wants to go to Bed-Stuy. Then I live now in Bushwick. I started my YouTube channel this Friday that just passed was actually my 3-year anniversary. So uploaded my first official comic book video on April 28th, 2020. And I just love what we do in YouTube with the videos and stuff like that. It gives me an opportunity to be creative where in like past jobs and stuff, I had that creative outlet. But now I don't anymore. So the YouTube allows me to be creative in that respect. The camaraderie with YouTube and stuff like that with people like you, like Marcus, like my guys in the mix crew, everybody in the Linx, but like everybody, like the camaraderie is an aspect of what we do of YouTube that I never ever expected, like just period. And it's just amazing. I am 43 years old. I guess I'll throw my age out there. I got into comic books in the 80s. I want to say like 86, 87. My brother gave me some comic books. I looked up to my older brothers. I'm one of 5 siblings, but my oldest brother I always thought was like the coolest cat in the world. So he blessed me with some comic books, got the comic books, and then like Marvel cards came out. I was just like amazed at the Marvel cards and stuff like that.
Me too, man.
That's what really got me into collecting. Funny story, and I've never ever seen this at any other comic book shop. My comic shop, It was on Myrtle Ave between Clawson and Emerson. You had to get, I don't know if it used to be a liquor store, but you would go in, get your comic books. It was bulletproof glass. They'll put your money on the thing, spin it. They'll put your comic book back to you, spin it. And that was my comic book experience growing up behind bulletproof glass. So I thought these things were like super expensive, super worth like crazy money, but it was just, I guess, the environment I grew up in.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you what life was like growing up there, but I guess you kind of covered it a little bit right there. But when exactly did you start collecting? You started collecting, you said 8 years old?
Yeah, I wanted the 6, 7, so like 86,
6,
87. So I got a couple of books. I remember it was a G.I. Joe book with Flint on the cover, which like last year I actually found in a comic book store, and I got it and I mailed it to my brother. And I mailed it to my brother. I was just like, you got me into comic books. This is a comic book that you gave me. I'm sending it back to you. So it was like a G.I. Joe, a Batman, I don't know, a Web of Spider-Man. I think Web of Spider-Man 23. That's the only number that I remember. A Daredevil 25th anniversary, I think it was, with the people on the side, like the frame with the people on the side. Yeah, so that was like what, 86, 87, around there, 88.
I'm not sure, honestly.
That's a long time ago, you old fucker.
Yo, legit, I'm old. Like that. When I tell people, they're like surprised. But yeah, I'm
by my calculation, I think you're about a year younger than me. It sounds like.
Oh, nice. You old
79, 79 right here.
Oh shit, yeah. My father was late to the party, so.
Now, have you managed to stay a comic book collector this whole time, or did you get out and come back like a lot of us did at a certain point?
Yeah, I got out and came back a bunch of times, right? So when I was, I think in 8th grade, like leading up to high school, I had a decent sized collection. I kind of phased out with the comic books a little bit when I got into the Source magazine, right? So the Source magazine is one of the
Source.
Yeah, pioneer hip hop magazines out there. So I kind of stopped with the comic books, got into the Source magazine, and then Double XL when Double XL came out. So I wound up selling everything, like going into high school. And then I kind of got back into it a little bit in high school. And then I wound up selling everything. I was still in high school when my wife, who we're married, we've married forever, when she got pregnant. So I wound up selling my collection and stuff like that because I knew I was gonna have a baby. So we had our daughter really, really young. So I sold off my collection then. In my early 20s, I kind of got back into it. So with when Dark Age Spawn came out, like I was really heavy into Spawn and then Punisher. So at that time, then I wind up selling it again. And then fast forward to a couple of years ago, maybe like 3 years before the pandemic. So whatever year that was, 2017, 2016, I after work event, me and my boy were drunk. And as instead of going to the strip club, me and my boy, we went to Midtown Comics on 40th and 7th. So I work really close to Midtown Comics, like 2 blocks away, legit. And I got drunk. We went and I wound up buying the graphic novel Crossed. I don't know if you ever heard about Crossed. It's from
it's brutal, man. Brutal.
It's brutal, dark, vulgar. It's everything that I love in a comic.
It makes Red Room look timid, even. It's that bad. Yes, so dude. It's that bad.
It's insane. So I grab it off the shelf, volume 1, 2, and 3, go to pay for it with my head down, like if I was buying some like nudie mags or something. And the guy at the counter started making fun of me. And I was just like, I'm relapsing. This is the first, and not to make light of that term. I was like, this is the first comic book that I bought in a long time. So they're like, why would you start with this? And I was like, I don't know. So, and then the pandemic started, and I started getting into it when I started doing YouTube, right? So when everybody started talking about, let me back up a little bit. I was collecting slabs at that time. So even before like New Comic Book Day and Raw books, I had slabs. So I already had like a 181. I already had Spider-Man 129, things like that. I had a decent collection of slabs. But then getting into the YouTube thing and hearing people talk about like new storylines and stuff like that is like, oh man, the indies, something is killing the children, lovesick, whatever, this, that. And I felt left out, and I wanted to take part in those conversations. And I'm glad that people push me to go in and buy new comic books. And one of the things that completely floored me this time getting back into comic books is how much the indie books are popping. Like,
oh hell yeah.
Marvel, DC, and I've always been a Marvel guy. I'm newly minted DC guy, but storytelling wise, they have nothing on any of these indie books. Not all of them, but there's like the indie books far outweigh the quality of any Marvel or DC title.
I would agree.
DC has some great books, but yeah, other than some DC exceptions, I agree completely that it's indies is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's touch on music a little bit, man. What got you into music? At what age did you begin to gravitate towards music? Because I know that's a big part of your life as well.
Yeah, I think music to me is the most important thing. It's if I had to choose between music and comics, sorry, comics, I'm gonna have to go with music. Music is like ingrained in my blood. So my dad was a DJ back in the 70s and 80s. My dad was a DJ. My older brother DJ'd for a little bit. My brother that's older than me DJ'd. I was a professional DJ where I got all my equipment. I had contracts, stuff like that, professional DJ. And then my younger brother was a DJ as well. So that love of music passed down from my dad, like that's like the greatest thing that he's ever given me. And my dad passed in 2021, but that was the greatest thing that my dad ever gave any of us, is that absolute love of music. He played predominantly like disco, early freestyle music, because it was like the early 80s, a lot of salsa, Spanish stuff. And naturally, as a kid, you always hate what your parents listen to.
Right.
So perfect time. That's what, I discovered hip hop. And early on, like I remember like rocking to Planet Rock, Africa Bambaataa,
Nice.
Lottie Dottie, Slick Rick, and Dougie Fresh. I remember walking to school, and my brother Nelson doing the beatbox when my brother Lewis rapped the lyrics, and I'm 6 years old or even younger than that, and I thought it was the flyest thing in the world. And yeah, that's what really. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. That love of music. My mom too was really big into music. Like when she, cleaning the house on a Sunday, on a Saturday, rocking all the tunes and stuff like that. She was real big into like 80s R&B. So there was a real eclectic mix of music in the house.
Some good 80s. Yeah,
I love all 80s. All 80s.
I think that's what, I'm a trapped in the 90s dude with my hip hop. But I love like 80s R&B. Like I was just right before this, I was blasting Mary Jane Girls. So
I love all 80s period. R&B, pop, synthesizer, goofy shit, weird shit. I love it all. I love that 80s feel, man.
Agreed.
I was actually going to ask you if you were strictly hip hop or if you liked other genres.
No, dude, I'm predominantly hip hop. My love is 90s hip hop. I think from 1990 to like 1998 is probably like the greatest era. If I had to chop it down to 5, I would do 92 to 97. I think that's like the greatest era for hip hop, probably music, period. Just that 5-year kind of segment. I listen to everything. So I recently started listening to reggaeton because it's weird, because as a DJ, you would have to listen to this stuff just so that you could play it at a party and then do your research and shit like that. And I've never was a fan of like reggaeton. So I got into reggaeton just so I could know what it is. But from that, like I listened to disco, I listened to doo-wop. I love doo-wop, like the old school 60s, 50s, 60s doo-wop stuff. Disco, 80s pop, like Marcus said, with synthesizer stuff, all of that. I also listened to, this is hilarious. I listened to this thing called motets. So it's like old church music, like 1500s, 1400s church music, where there's like 4 people and they're like chanting. It's the most soothing thing in the world. I do listen to
all right, you had me until this part, bro.
Dude, that it's mad relaxing. So it's just like like I'll do my work and I'll listen to motets and stuff like that. But I love all music. I could find any music genre, I could find something that I like about it. And even if it's new, right? So what did I get into recently? Obviously, I missed out on 70s rock. So I a couple of years ago got real deep into classic rock, 70s rock, things like that. And it was, even though it's from the 70s, it's still new to me, right? Because
it's banging too, dog. Amazing. It's banging. Yes.
Amazing.
Well, what are some songs that you love to have in your rotation? What are some songs that you just love? Like every time that you're going to put together like some sort of mix, you just gravitate towards the song.
So I think like, so if I was DJing and it was like prime time, like some of the stuff that I would put on would be like, like Mona Lisa from Slick Rick.
Nice. I love that.
Lights, Camera, Action, Mr. Cheeks, The Potion, Ludacris,
Oh, Mr. G.
Headsprung, LL Cool J. Little Kim has a dope one. I forgot the name of it, but it's all in that same BPM. Pump It Up, Joe Budden, Jay-Z, Do It Again, Fat Man Scoop. Damn, I forgot what it's called. I never knew a love like this before. All the single ladies, put your hands up. Whatever.
I'm familiar with Fat Man Scoop. A lot of East Coast. A lot of East Coast.
Yeah, but then I get into my like down south bag where you throw on some Little John, the A-Town Stomp stuff, some Yin Yang Twins, a bunch of stuff like that. Snap Your Fingers is big. It's when you get into all your little sets and stuff like that.
Is it kind of more of like do you do gigs, or is it more just something that you do for fun, for the love of it, or both?
Yeah. So pre-pandemic, I was a professional DJ, so I would do gigs. And when I say professional DJ, I wasn't going into a club with like 5,000, 10,000 people. That wasn't me. So I would do parties. I was a mobile DJ. So this is actually my turntable. This is legit my coffin. This is the cover. If I take it out, my turntables are right there. So and I have my speakers and everything. I will get booked for a gig, and mostly through word of mouth. People sign the contracts. I get there, all my stuff, give me my money, or else I don't take my shit out the car. Because that's how it is. But that's mainly what I did. And I did a few. I think the most I've ever had like at a venue was probably like 3,000 at one point. I did a big New Year's Eve party for like this rapper. So I did that towards the end of it because I was chasing the money, and the money is always in corporate. So I was doing a lot of in-store stuff. Like I was DJing for like 2 hours on Victoria's Secret and making triple of what I would do like at a party.
Nice.
Victoria's Secret, Macy's in the mall, the Adidas store, like shit like that. Yeah.
What are some highlights? Like some highlights from DJing?
I think like one of the bigger parties that I did, it was amazing. So it was a New Year's party, and I was super nervous because it was like 3,000 people in this. It was weird because it was in Queens, right across the street from the QB projects, and it was in it was so weird because it was in what do you call that? A storage facility. So it was in a storage facility. So I go up with my stuff, and then there's a door, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? Open the door, and you go in, and it's a massive venue. So it was just like a big empty space. Over here there was a recording studio. Over here there was something else, and it was just amazing. And I was really nervous for that. And like once I saw like an hour into it, you kind of know what your crowd. And I was just like, it's off to the races. And to be able to move that amount of people without somebody coming up to you tapping, could you play this song? Like, no, I'm not here for that. To be able to move that amount of people, because that's what it is. Like with the DJs, like you're controlling the crowd. Like you have to see what people are vibing to and then change and adapt. So like dudes that go in, and this is like I'm sorry if I'm just, stop me if I'm whatever.
You're fine. Go ahead.
My younger brother would go in with a set playlist, right? So he's like, this is everything that I'm going to play. So if you have that mindset and nobody's vibing to songs 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on your playlist, your party's done. So you have to be able to adapt. So and fly. Like it's kind of like jazz with the improvisation, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, what kind of setup do you use? Are you old school vinyl, or are you new school and use like the laptop setup and all that?
Yeah, so I learned on vinyl, turntables. My dad had everything was all Gemini back in the day, and then the Technique turntables, Gemini mixer, Technique turntables. So with this is a controller. This is a Newmark NS7, so it was the first NS7 that Newmark released. Mixers built in, so it's all one solid piece. This shit is crazy heavy. The vinyl actually spins, so it's not just like that. So the way I use it is, it has 2 vinyl records there. They spin just like it was a regular turntable, and that's all I use. That and the mixer. I'm not big on button pressing. I'm not big on like auto sync. I'm not big on any of that stuff. So it's
like you've got your record here, and like the crossfader and mixer in the middle set up that way.
Right in the middle. There's a bunch of other buttons and gadgets and stuff like that. I don't use them. So I find with like these DJ controllers, like the more you use the buttons, there's a probability that it'll freeze because it is just another computing device. So if you start pushing all the buttons and all that shit, there's a chance that it could freeze. But yeah, so controller, laptop. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while though.
What do you prefer? Are you more comfortable with vinyl, or are you more comfortable using more new school stuff?
No, definitely the controller. Like
Yeah,
to be able to take your entire record collection in a laptop and bring it somewhere as opposed
yeah,
to
man.
17 crates. Like, yeah, definitely the controller and the laptop.
Okay. Well, what going back to I wanted to get on talk about your YouTube channel for a minute. What got you started wanting to have the YouTube channel?
Great question, sir. So prior to COVID, I used to manage the video editing department at where I work, and I still work there, right? So I used to manage the video, the creative department, whatever it was called. And I've always been a creative person. So on top of like just the strategy and implementation stuff at work, my outlet was always the creative stuff. So I would get through this boring shit just so I could get to a video, help some of the guys out with their content, whatever. And then when COVID happened, my job was basically, I don't want to say my job was on the line, like our entire company was on the line. So like we were in jeopardy of closing our doors, and it was depressing. So one of the ways to get out of that, I was just like, you know what? They've been telling me about, YouTube channels. Like one of my boys was telling me for the longest that I should create a YouTube channel for the hot toys because I've always collected hot toys. And I was just like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm just gonna do it. And it was an opportunity for me to also express myself creatively that I wasn't doing at work because I didn't know day to day. I didn't know if I was gonna have a job or not.
I can't highlight comments. Fuck off, Callie.
What's he saying? Marcus highlighting his own comments.
That's the way you do it.
You were saying something about those hot toys. What's up with those? I'm not real familiar with those.
Oh yeah, so Hot Toys, they're I think they're a Chinese company, obviously based out of China. They're just super detailed, articulated figures. They're high-end figures, so
They're
they range
beautiful. Yeah.
from every thank you from like $200. There's some that I've gotten that are like a $900, $1,000, but the majority of them are like 250.
Yeah, because I've
too much money.
Dude,
Get
I've
my
seen
way,
some
bro.
in the videos,
Still
man.
crack.
You can see them in some videos on his channel, and they're pretty amazing. They're really detailed and articulated, and it's
They
crazy.
look really nice in the background, man. They look super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank
Dude,
you.
You've had a lot of success, and recently hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. I wanted to tell you congratulations. That is a freaking huge milestone, dude. Congratulations on that, dude. For real.
Oh shit, you're gonna make me cry again. No, thank you. I appreciate that. I think whenever you hit a milestone, whether it's 100 subscribers, 200, 1,000, whatever it is, I think it's just a stamp of validation that you're doing something right and that people enjoy what you put out into the world. So to hit 3,000 subscribers, that was always my goal. Like once I hit 1,000 in the first year, I was just like, all right, so I want to do 1,000 every year. So by the end of my fourth year, I want to do 4,000, stuff like that. But to hit the 3,000, it was kind of surreal. Like I was like, holy shit. If I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty amazing, man. What advice would you have to offer another YouTuber that wants to grow their channel and get up to the 3,000 mark maybe one day and have their channel monetized? What kind of advice would you give to someone?
Don't suck.
Don't suck.
That's number one, right? So I think you definitely want to have something to offer the audience that's different. You want to differentiate yourself, whether that's through technical skills. So what happens is what I lack in comic book knowledge, I can make up for in the technical skill because I used to be a video editor and I have a marketing background. So all those things for me come together and they kind of hide my shortcomings when it comes to comic book knowledge. I would just say, just be consistent, constantly put out content, challenge yourself, don't get complacent, watch your videos. It's different when you watch it as you're editing it or whatever. Go back a couple of days later after it's on YouTube, watch your videos and see what you could do different, see what you can improve, watch your live streams, see what you could do different, see what you can improve. After every In the Mix, legit, the next morning, I watch the entire thing back. Like it's like game footage. And
I'm the same way.
Dude, you have to be.
and just critiquing it and like, this is trash. I'm so critical. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I messed
gotta be
this
that
up.
way.
I didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
You have to be that way.
And
Like
you
that
have to be,
giveaway. That giveaway last week, dude, that haunted me all freaking week.
That was minor thing, but yeah, I feel you for sure.
you have to be self-aware. That's number one. You have to be self-aware, and you have to be able to critique yourself, like Marcus said, and you have to be able to take feedback. So if in one of your comments, if somebody's like, yo, that shit was trash, don't just disregard it as like, this guy's a hater. Like, really look into what that person
He might be though.
100%. But then maybe it's just like, yo, he does have a point. That was a little off, or my camera's crooked, or some shit. Don't just dismiss like the hater comments off the bat.
Okay. Well, you do a lot of different content on your channel, from unboxings, unboxing mystery boxes, CGC submissions, the statue video, or the toy figures like I was talking about earlier, DJ mixes, live streams. Of all the different kinds of content that you do, what is your favorite type of content to create?
Oh, I love my mystery boxes.
Boxes.
I love opening mystery boxes, but it's not even opening the mystery boxes. I love the entire spectrum of what happens, right? So searching out the mystery box, looking at the preview pics, buying the mystery box, obviously filming it, editing the video, which I absolutely love. I also love selling the stuff. Surprise, I'm not keeping everything in a box. So I also love doing the research on the book, like looking up stuff that I've never heard of. Like I literally do research on every book. I put everything I get into a spreadsheet. Excuse me. I keep my expenses tight in the spreadsheet, so it's all just like recycled money. And if I'm in the red, if I haven't sold something yet, I'm not going to buy another mystery box until I get back in the black and I'm profitable. And I love selling the stuff. I love doing the research. I have a bunch of stuff on my eBay store. I haven't dived into the whatnot thing yet.
Are you on whatnot yet?
I've been approved as a seller for a long time. I just never bothered with it because it's just another thing. It's just another thing. And I'd rather dedicate my time to YouTube.
So you mostly eBay then?
Yeah, everything is on my eBay page. Like, I keep a lot of stuff. I've been keeping a lot of more stuff lately because it's just a lot of cooler stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. But a lot of the stuff I like to just put it back out into the community through my eBay store. And this is not a plug for my eBay store, so please. But
no, you're fine, man.
Yeah, no, I price everything at like last sold. So whatever the last one sold, I'm just gonna price it at that. I'm not here to make a profit. If I could break even on a box, I am ecstatic. If I get even less than that, I'm still super happy because I got most of my money back and I got a cool video out of it. So that's the way I look at it.
How about that awesome mystery mailbox you sent me recently, huh? That was one of your winners, wasn't it?
Oh,
Do you remember? Do you remember what was in there? I was like, thank God he sent me this coin of Judas.
Yeah, I apologize for that mystery box. That was one of them. So peeling back the curtain a little bit, I bought these mystery boxes. I actually filmed them and everything, and it was probably the first time where I was just like, I am not going to edit this. I'm just going to do it as a short, and that's it. So I got 4 of those boxes. I did 2 shorts. The other 2 are sitting right here on the floor. I haven't even bothered opening them.
From the same people?
From the same person.
Yeah, but you need to put them on blast.
Yeah. Horrible. Terrible. Horrible. So once I open that and put it on a short, I'll be giving that out to
one lucky winner
with one nice book to make up for the entire thing. So it's kind of like
it did. Yeah, that book did just make up for all of it. Definitely, that Coin of Judas was dope.
So, and that's one of those things where the box was so bad, I didn't even want to price it out and do the research and put it on. I was just like, yo, fuck this box.
Well, what are some of your favorite types of content to watch? What do you enjoy watching when you're just hanging out on YouTube?
So the majority of stuff I watch isn't even comic book content. Obviously, I like to support the homies and things like that. I'm really big into, and it's something that you do well, Scotty, just those regular like interviews, right? So one of my favorite channels that I've recently discovered is called Soft White Underbelly. And it's just
I love that channel, dude. I love that channel. Yes.
I've been going down the rabbit hole with that guy's content. It's just a guy interviewing a pimp, a prostitute, an ex-con, a murderer, or whatever. And it's just a conversation trying to learn about these people. And it's fascinating. I really dig.
Fascinating.
4.63 million subs. So yeah,
dude, it's amazing. It's probably one of the best displays of a good interview that you'll find on YouTube. Period. It's raw. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I
And
watch it
You
a
guys
lot.
watch Lex? You guys watch Lex? He's awesome as well.
Huh?
Lex Fridman.
No, but I'm gonna have to check him out.
He's 2.94 million, but he does great interviews. He had Kanye West, he had Magnus Carlsen, he had Gotham. He has a bunch of awesome. He has what got me into him. He had a bunch of chess people on, which I love chess. But he does more than just chess. Like I said, he had Kanye West. He has a ton of people on. Another great interview channel y'all should be on top of.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. So, other than Soft White Underbelly, what are some more channels you like watching?
So that I like a lot of historical stuff. Origins Explained, not Origins Explained. Yeah, Origins Explained, where it's just like every day they put out several top 10 lists of like recent discoveries that could change history, recent things, and it's not like a conspiracy theorist channel or anything like that. Just like a lot of archaeological discoveries that we normally won't hear about in mainstream media. But it's not a conspiracy theory thing or anything like that. But I do love my conspiracy theories.
I am getting, dude, I have been finding myself listening to and interested in a lot more conspiracy theories lately. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I interested in this?
Dude, I love it. I love it. The Y Files is one of the best ones. It's the Y Files, WHY Files, and it's a guy. Well, he'll talk about, let's say the video is like a half an hour. He'll talk about the conspiracy theory, and this is it, and then he just dissects it. So he's not saying like this is it, this is truth. They're hiding this information from you. He'll go in and look at possible explanations from like a scientific perspective, or evidence that doesn't support that conspiracy theory, or evidence that refutes it. So that's a pretty dope channel too, man. So yeah, I'm all over my feed is insane. So it's like comic book stuff, and then FOC and chill, and then interview with quadruple murderers. Like
You got to change it up, man. You got to have a different change of pace every now and then. What to you takes the most work and preparation to put together of all your content?
Preparation wise, I don't think there's a lot of prep that goes into it. It's because it's mainly like unboxing stuff. I tried once upon a time doing like sort of like a deep dive video on like one of the first things I did, and I never put it out, was like my top 10 favorite Marvel scenes, right, from the MCU. And I had a top 10. I wrote a script for every single point, and I was up to like number 4, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
I've done that many times where I started it and I put a lot of work into it, and you realize that I don't want to finish this.
Yeah, it wasn't worth that. I think I started doing the Linx list, which was sort of like a FOC thing, and I noticed I put out 2 videos of it, and I noticed like things change, or the website I was getting the information from would change it, or the information was wrong, and I was just like, this is just too much preparation. I'd rather do everything in post, where I just sit down and film and just edit my ass off, as opposed to really like thinking about stuff. Like Marcus, when you do the story time, like that has to be crazy, dude.
I have to research a ton of shit. Yeah. Because I have to come up with visuals for everything they say. And most of the time it's not my story, it's their story. So like with Non-Brand Act, this one that's coming out tomorrow, I didn't know anything at all. I didn't know who Marie Severin is, which I'm so glad I know who she is now, but
underrated.
I didn't know she is amazing. I was like, now that I know who she is, I was like, I want to know everything about it. That's what, like I said, that's one of the great things about the comic book story time is the learning process. But as you said, research heavy, man. I do a lot of reading.
Yeah, Marie Severin, a lot of unsung work on early Incredible Hulk stuff.
She is dope on all kinds of stuff, but even going back to EC Comics, but just there's tons of interest. I could go on. I don't want to make this about Marie Severin, but I could go on. I learned a ton of interesting stuff about her. I watched like 2-hour-long interviews with her, and I am fascinated with her, and it's entirely because Lorenzo came on my channel and talked about it. So love it a lot.
We got Comic Pops in the house. Lorenzo,
there he is.
Yeah,
speaking of the devil. That's our comic book dad right there. Definitely check out Indie Comics and Reviews. If you're into comic book content, you must be subscribed to his channel. It's one of the best.
Yep.
And you can see me there every Wednesday night.
Yep, every Wednesday night. What time? What time on Wednesday night? 9 o'clock?
9 Eastern, 8 Central. Yeah.
All right. Well, what direction do you hope? What are some goals that? Let's see. How do I want to?
Thank you, Callie.
This? let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. What direction do you hope to go in with the channel over the next year? Like what do you hope to achieve in the next year as far as like short-term, long-term goals for the channel?
Yeah, first of all, I want to move out of this room, so I'm renovating my another room that's right next door. So that's one of the goals, is to get all my stuff and get it in there. So one of the things that I'm doing, I'm going to be taking a break for the month of May on doing long form videos. So I'll still do the In the Mix show and then upload the shorts, but like you don't see what's here. It's just boxes everywhere right here, and I'm like feel like super claustrophobic. Like I hate filming in here, and I feel that it comes across in the content. So I want to move into the next room. I want to get everything set up, and that's mainly my goal for the year. As far as like the channel, I'll be completely honest with you dudes. My goal was always like to make sure I hit that 3K. Everything from here on is just gravy to me. My main focus is like the Linx squad. So my channel membership, ever since I launched it, it's been a big staple of the channel. I love the channel membership. I'm always trying to give people the best value for their buck. So that's why you see the PS5 right here. We're giving this away at the end of May to a channel member.
To me.
Dude, well, I was actually going to ask you, dude. You talk about the Linx squad. I hear about the Linx squad a lot. Explain that to us. Explain the Linx squad and the membership.
Yeah, so the Linx squad is a channel membership, and that was funny because that just came about. I don't know why. I opened up the channel membership, but it wasn't called the Linx squad up until like I guess we started like joking around about it. Like me, Remy, Nick, Mark, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the channel membership, and it launched. I think we're going into our second year, and from the beginning, I always said that whatever money I get from the channel, I want to give it back to the people that are part of the channel, right? So depending on the amount of members that we have, that's what the value is going to be in the monthly giveaway box, right? So if we have $200 worth of memberships that month, you're going to get a $200 box.
Wow.
Maybe more, even more. Yeah. So literally everything that I make from YouTube gets right back into the channel, predominantly with the Linx Squad giveaways, those monthly Linx boxes, also with the giveaways that we do on Friday. So one time I said, hey, I think I'm gonna give away something every Friday. So now I'm like giving stuff away every Friday. I really love the channel membership, and I think that we set ourselves apart. Like a lot of people do some excellent stuff, not knocking everybody. I think because of the amount of members that we have and the following, I'm able to do things on a grander scale.
And that's amazing, man. It's really cool. And how much does it cost if someone wants to be a member of the Linx squad?
So it's $4.99 a month. So it's only one tier, $4.99 a month.
So the price of a comic book, basically.
I don't like multiple tiers, man. I don't.
That was one of the things. I agree with you that I in launching the channel membership, I looked at a lot of other channel memberships. I was a member of a bunch of channel memberships, and I kind of like looked at everybody, audited some channels of what I like, what I didn't like, and basically just lifted everything that I liked and rolled it into over here. One of the main things, you do it. Dude, one of the main things was not to offer different tiers. Like one tier, everybody's eligible for the same prizes, the same level of support. Everybody's eligible for the same thing. I think segmenting your audience that way, or segmenting your channel memberships that way, it's probably not
making a class system. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, so that's probably not the best approach for me. Like that doesn't work for me. So
to each their own. This is just my opinion. Nobody cares about my opinion.
No, we value your opinion, sir. So yeah, the Linx squad, man, it's like I rep the Linx squad hard. Like people think it's a gang and shit. It's like, nah, it's not my YouTube channel. Somebody at the comic book store the other day was like, hey, what's that? I was just like, yo, that's the Linx squad. That was my answer. That's the Linx squad. I was like, okay.
Gang.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Now you helped me and supported me before I really barely even had any subscribers. Where does that kind of kindness come from, man? Where do you get that from? Because you've always been that, yeah, man. He's always been that type of person, and I wanted to give you your flowers while you're here, as the saying goes, and show my appreciation for you while I have you on the show, man. But you've always been somebody that supported me from the very get-go. Where does that come from?
No, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I am a kind person. I'm also I'm a bit of an asshole sometimes. But
The
for
nicest
you,
people are assholes sometimes.
sometimes you have to be, and then
You have to be.
obviously being from New York, I'm kind of jaded in a way. But with you, Scotty, like legit, I told you at the top of the show, you have something that's completely different, and
Thank
it's
you,
those
man.
interviews. So then when you're the first video that I saw of yours were where you were visiting places where in your life you were going out visiting those spots, and that blew me away. And I was just like, for you to open up and speak to the world, because it's the world that's able to watch this, not just people on your channel, everybody can watch this, and just be so personal and emotional, and that's what hooks me. And real everything. If there's an emotional hook, I'm gonna gravitate towards that. I like my stories where I get misty eyed at the end. I like emotional movies, and with you hooked me that way. So not only was it that video with you going to those different spots and your conversations that you have with these other channel members, the conversation you had with Lady Fantastic was fantastic, for lack of a better term. And you bring something totally different, and that's needed. The same thing with like Nick's Kicks and Comics and Ignacio on Two Nerd Dads. When they started that, it started our comic book stuff, and then it was just like, let's just talk about life. And even though they come on Mondays and on Thursdays, so when they were just Thursdays at 1 p.m., I would put a meeting on my calendar at work from 1 p.m. Yo, legit on my calendar, my Salesforce calendar, it's a meeting with Nick and then his real name. So it's a real meeting. And I would watch that because they just brought something different to the table aside from comic books, because we get a lot of comic book content. I want to know the different side to you. Like Marcus, I know you love Something Is Killing the Children, but what makes Marcus tick? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy.
Pussy.
Touche.
Marcus is a good father. Marcus is a good father. I can already tell you, Marcus is a good father.
It's the most important thing to me, for sure, is being a good dad. Like, I was watching a video today, and this grown-ass man was talking about something that his dad used to do, and he was just crying about it. And I was like, I fucking want that. I want my kid to cry about some shit that I consistently did, and I'm doing the work right now to get there 10, 20 years from now, for sure. It's so important to me.
Yeah,
but one thing you were talking about, and I think it's true for you, DJ, it's true for Scotty, it's true for Nick and Iggy, is that yes, we're here for comic books, and yes, that's what brings us together, but we all want, and I think not just in comic books, but all of us overall, we want an authenticity. We want to feel like we're talking to a real person. And I think there's some bigger channels that turn people off because it doesn't necessarily feel like they're a real person all the time, because it feels like an act, like they're doing a business, like they're putting on their customer service voice, as I do every morning. And I think I'm the same way, where I gravitate to those people who are going to cuss you out, who will say, fuck you. Because you know that those people are real. You know that they're not going behind your back and saying some shit because they said it to your fucking face. And that's the kind of person that I try to be.
Yeah, no, I think authenticity is a big factor. I remember when I met actual Dracula at Terrificon. So I see him, I'm like, yo, Drac, I'm hugging him. And he's kind of like, and I had to grab him. I'm like, listen, I'm the same exact person on YouTube. Like,
yeah,
that's how I am. I'm
like, you know me, dude. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm the same. Because sometimes you don't get that. Like, you meet somebody, and that's legit. That has happened to me, where I'm like, hey, to somebody, and they're just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, what the fuck, dude? I hate that
shit. With your limp wrist. I got like the limp wrist handshake at New York Comic Con, and I was just like, oh, come on, man.
Bro.
But no, authenticity is a big factor. And speaking of people like differentiating their channels, bunch of great people in the chat. Dr. Von Hoot, talk about differentiating yourself. Hoot.
Yeah.
Dr. Von Hoot.
Nobody out here looking like him right now.
Amazing.
Well, what can we expect from you coming up, man? What do you got coming in the next couple of weeks, in the next month?
So this, this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on In the Mix, we're going to do the 3K sub celebration, where we're just going to give away a bunch of stuff. I have a stack of slabs. I think I have like 13 or 14 slabs that I'm giving away. Some other people are going to come on. They're giving away mystery boxes, slabs, books, all a bunch of stuff. And that's just me, giving back to the community. I think everybody has shown me such a level of support, and my way of reciprocating is because I can is just stuff. Like, that's my thing, just stuff, right? I like buying stuff. I like sharing stuff. I like giving stuff away. And that's the way that I can reciprocate that love and support.
That's awesome, man. That sounds like a good time to me. So what when is that? When is that again? Saturday?
No, this Friday, 9 p.m. on
Friday.
In the Mix. Yeah, it's gonna
Friday.
be this Friday, 9 p.m. on In the Mix. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to be given away. And the majority of it will be for the people in the chat. We're gonna do a couple of comment pickers just because recently how the channel's been growing at such an exponential rate. There's a lot of overseas new subscribers. So we're gonna do a couple of comment pickers from the video that I have. It's my road to 3,000 subscriber video. So everybody, if you're watching, like look up my channel, just search up road to 3,000 subscribers. I look like an idiot. I'm there with a suit trying to be cool. Go to that video and make sure you just leave a comment. You can just write comment, like I don't care. And then we'll do the majority of the stuff for the people in the chat through the hashtag StreamYard giveaway tool.
Awesome. Well,
That's
you guys
dope.
heard it. Yeah. It sounds like a good time. So did you guys have a chance to do the top 10? We were gonna do our top 10 all-time favorites.
Before we do that, let's do the worst rapper. I want to tell you guys who the fucking worst rapper of all.
Yeah,
time.
okay. Marcus wants to do the worst rapper. Our
And
worst.
the only correct answer is Silk the Shocker. He is by far the worst rapper of all time. There's never been a worse rapper.
Did I do that?
I hate that dude. I cannot stand his music.
I
All right,
actually
that's my
liked
answer.
him. I liked
knew
him
you were
a
going to
little
say
bit.
that.
Dude,
Trash.
I mean, like,
Trash.
he was all right on some hooks and stuff.
Trash.
I agree with Marcus. Silk the Shocker is definitely one of the worst fucking guys to ever pick up a mic. You could tell his brother owned the record company. That's the only way he would have gotten on. He's ruined
Facts.
so many songs.
Facts.
Yo, the Horse and Carriage remix. Oh my god, I would never listen to that.
He had that song with Samia. The song, what was it? I'm So Into You. It was dope when it was just him. And then he did a song and he trashed the whole thing. And people are like, no, he trashed the song. It was better before him.
Yeah,
He's so bad. Can't rap on beat to save his life. All right, let's get to the list. Actually,
Yeah,
did you guys
let's
have
do
a
it.
worst rapper?
I
Yeah,
agree
man.
with you with Silk the Shocker.
Okay, I'm going with Ice Spice, the Munch girl. I cannot stand that chick.
I don't
She
even
just
know who
makes
she is.
she just makes up words. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I don't get it. But
I enjoy to munch, so she's all right in my book.
Who do y'all
I'm
got
a
for
muncher.
number 10? Number 10 on your list.
I'll go first. For me, I'm going to go with Devin, the dude, the weed and smoke, get high rapper. A lot of fun. I discovered him in college and smoked a lot of weed listening to him, and I
Love
really
Devin, the
enjoy
dude.
his To the Extreme album is one of my favorite albums. And then he has a song with Andre 3000 and Snoop Dogg called What a Job, which is a great song. So number 10, we're going with Devin, the dude.
All right,
Great
so
pick, man.
I'm gonna preface this. I'm East Coast bias 1,000%.
Yeah, I expected it. Expected
Yeah,
this.
of course.
Obviously, our list is gonna reflect what we
Yeah.
were exposed to growing up, right? So
Yes.
this is my list. But just fun fact: this person is not from the East Coast. My number 10 is Rick Ross, the boss.
Wow. Okay.
That's
All right.
surprising.
I
What's
think
the jam?
the boss.
Gotta count it very carefully. What's that song? I
Yo,
love that
nah,
one.
the boss with him and T-Pain. That's when his second album made me fall in love with him. That he had the one with I'm Not a Star, that him and Lil Wayne did John, that it was kind of the same beat.
Mhm.
The BMF, all the Maybach music stuff. I think
He's on I'm On One, isn't he, with Lil Wayne? I love him on that song.
I believe so. So I think with Rick Ross, and again, like legit, I am East Coast biased. So his first album I didn't like at all, and I was just like, oh, look at this fake Biggie. But then his second album, like his lyrics are deep, so he can go from like club shit, introspective stuff, and the way he rides a beat is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I really dig Rick Ross, man.
Not upset with it at all.
I'm going Gucci Mane. Gucci.
No, I'm upset.
Number 10. Nah, man, dude, growing up. Listen, growing up in Chattanooga, just north of Atlanta, he had so much influence over music in the last probably 20 years. He's definitely number 10. After I thought about it, I was like Drake or Gucci Mane, and I put Gucci Mane on 10.
Hey, respect to it. I don't even think I know a single Gucci Mane song, to tell you the truth.
Man,
Lemonade.
Is that him? I didn't even know that.
I just don't I just don't like the style of rapping. So what you're gonna see, obviously, as we go to my list, I put such a emphasis on the technical skills of rapping and putting words together.
Because we said best rapper, right? That's why Dre's not on this list, because he's a great producer.
Well, it's our favorites. It's our favorites. It don't have
favorite, yeah.
So who do y'all got? Who do you got for number 9, Marcus?
Number 9, I'm gonna go with someone who's on many people's number 1, but I'm gonna put him at number 9. It's gonna be J. Cole. One of my favorite albums of all time is Born Center, Power Trip, She Knows. Great songs on there. I think the neighbors think I'm selling dope. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. So we're gonna go with J. Cole, man. He's dope.
No facts. Goes fire. For me, I'm gonna say Pusha T. I love Pusha T. I love the clips. Another like Virginia, Pusha T to me. I always thought Pusha T was nice with him in the clips and Malice, and then when
they hit, they took over, man.
Hell hath no fury. And what I like about Pusha T is he says stuff. He has the double entendres. Yeah, it's the coke rap and all that, but the double entendres, what he's saying, his cadence, you can hear everything he says clearly.
Yeah.
His Daytona album, it's only like 22 minutes. It is an absolute classic. It's fucking fantastic. I love Pusha T, man.
Good choice, man. My number 9, I'm going with Bun B, one half of UGK. I had to pick Bun B, man. Bun B, probably one of the biggest legends to ever come out of Houston. And so I had to pick Bun B.
I got a pocket full of stones. That was my jam back in the day.
That's my number 9, Bun B, all the way.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, definitely a good choice.
All right, so I'm cheating on my list because I'm putting groups together. And so if rappers in a group, I'm considering them one. And that's how I'm getting a lot of people that need to be on this list. So number 8, we're going to go with NWA. Classic rap group, Dre, Eazy-E, Cube, MC Ren. I'm cheating here. So I'm gonna throw NWA. I'm throwing NWA in at number 8 as a group with a number of dope rappers in that. But I will never forget in 6th grade, my mom got a new boyfriend who eventually became my brother's dad, and he put on NWA in his Monte Carlo with bass in the back. And I will never forget the first time I heard rap music with cuss words. It changed me for the rest of my life. And that started with NWA.
I'm straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker Ice Cube.
Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. He's robbing this place. What is he doing? He's cursing.
Dude,
my mind was blown.
That first NWA album is crazy.
I did not know what to do, man. I didn't know what to do.
For me, I didn't know we could put groups. So
I didn't either.
I told you. I was cheating. I told y'all.
I'm trying to amend my whatchamacallit. My number 8, and it's because of his technical skills and all that stuff. He's kind of like J. Cole, I would say, where either you love him or you hate him. It's Common, right? So I really like Common. I think he's super nice. It's one of those rare rappers where he got better over time. So for his like B and the one that the People is on, like those albums are fantastic, and I just think he's like super nice. The 6th Sense, that song with him and Primo, that's like one of my favorite Primo songs period with somebody.
Of course, of course, his hit, that Bobby Caldwell hit, that was his best one. Yeah, Common. I thought about Common. I love his song with Kanye. Go. That's another dope ass song.
That's a good one.
Dude, that entire B album, man, fantastic.
Yeah. All right, number 8. Okay, my number 8 is I'm going with the other half of UGK. See, I was trying to figure out where I'm gonna put Pimp C and Bun B because they both have to go on my top 10. So I put Pimp C one spot higher, and that's only because. Dude, he's so cool. Like, if I could pick someone,
slap me on my booty,
dude.
Now, everybody in the world knows that your sister is a nasty little girl. Okay,
dude,
that's my shit, dog.
There will never be another Pimp C, so that's my number 8.
Yeah,
never.
All right, number 7. Number 7. When this dude first came out, I wasn't really a fan. I mean, it was all right. He was all right, but I wasn't really into him like that. I wasn't into him like I'm going to put him on a top 10 rapper list. But then he came out with his second album, Marshall Mathers LP, and I could not believe how amazing that album is. It's one of my top albums of all time. Marshall Mathers LP goes so fucking hard that I got to put him on my list. Eminem coming in at number 7. I'm not always the biggest fan, but for that album alone, he is on my list.
It's funny because Eminem is my number 7 as well.
Nice.
Eminem is my number 7, legit. Eminem, let's be real, he did a lot to damage his legacy. But from a technical perspective, like the dude could rap. He still raps like he can, and he's trying to prove himself. But Marshall Mathers LP, even Slim Shady LP holds up. It's kind of weird.
It's all right. I like the drug song. There's some good songs on there. Yeah.
The Eminem show, right? That's the third one. Or is that the with the curtains, with the red curtains?
Yeah,
Eminem show.
That's the Eminem show. I don't know what number it is, but I know.
Yeah, I think that's his third album. To me, that's his best one. I love that album. But the Marshall Mathers LP, I remember getting it from Beat Street downtown. It came out the same day as Source Money, so I bought both of them, and that's such a fantastic album.
Yeah. I wasn't even a fan, and then I heard that I was like, I am a number 1 fan. It completely changed me.
Yeah, I legit think Stan. Even though there are a lot of great storytelling,
I skipped that song. I can't even listen to that song. It's a great song, but I can't listen to it.
I think it's probably one of the best storytelling songs of all time.
Yeah,
like it
really is.
That's a perfect song, but I could totally understand skipping.
Well, my number 7, I put Drake for my number 7, and that's only because I was a fan of Drake since his mixtape days, like right before he blew up. And I liked him back on Degrassi.
My wife's been a fan since back then.
Yeah, the kid in the wheelchair. I can't remember his name now. I'm going blank.
Jimmy.
But I liked him. Yeah, Jimmy. I've steadily been a fan of Drake since before he took off. So I had to put him on here. So I got him for my number 7.
I like Drake too. It was hard keeping him off the list.
Yeah.
Oops, spoiler alert.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to keep him off the list, but I do like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6.
Okay, I guess I'm up next. Number 6, we're going to show New York a little love, and we're going to put Nas in at number 6. His album, I love Illmatic and all that, but his album,
classic.
It was written, is one of my favorite albums of all time. If I
Another
Ruled the
good
World,
one.
The Message, all kinds of jams on there. So for that reason, I mean, obviously he still has number of songs besides that album, like the last Real Nigga Alive is one of my favorite songs. So I'm putting Nas on the list at number 6, one of the great lyricists of our time.
Great pick, man. Great pick.
For me, and I get a lot of flack for this when I'm in these conversations, and I throw this guy on the list, Joe Budden. You see, that's the reaction. Everybody knows
what he ruined
Joe Budden from Pump It Up. And now the podcast.
What song put him on? Just tell me what song put him on your list. Was it Pump It Up?
It has to be Pump It Up.
No, it's not Pump It Up. Pump It Up is probably like his worst song. That it's a dope ass banger, like playing in the club. But everything from like his mood music series, 3 Sides to a Story, where he's rapping, he's telling a story about the daughter getting abused. She gets pregnant by her step pops, and it's like this whole crazy shit. His metaphors, his similes, he's blends well the introspective rap as well as just a punchline rap, because he was a mixtape rapper. But everybody gets caught up on the Pump It Up stuff.
C Dizzle.
Dude,
Joe.
I'm gonna make a playlist. I wonder if Moon Music 3 is on it. And these are the mixtapes, right? Moon Music 1, Moon Music 2, Moon Music 3 and 4, and then that stuff. I'll make a playlist and I'll share it with you guys.
Yeah.
The depth to his lyrics is insane, but people just hear Pump It Up and immediately dismiss him.
Yeah. I mean, that Joe on this list throws me off, but I have to admit that I'm not really familiar with him like that to really say. So
yeah,
I'm gonna let it slide.
Yeah, dude, he's nasty, nasty.
All right. Well, my number 6, I feel like I would not be a Tennessean if I did not put Juicy J on my list. So I've got Juicy J, the only rapper to ever win. What is that? An Oscar? He won an Oscar, Grammy. He winning everything. Him and
was it Hustle and Flow?
Yeah, Hustle and Flow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's right. I forgot.
Tennessee's legend.
That was dope, though. I remember that award show. I actually watched that. That was dope.
Tennessee legends, man, legends. So I had to put Juicy J.
Yeah,
you can't.
dope.
Gotta Stay Fly is one of the dopest songs ever, man.
Fly.
Yeah, man. That's the Tennessee anthem. That's our anthem.
That's one of the dopest songs ever.
That sample is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so number five. And we're going New York heavy here. Number 5, another New York. A lot of people would have him number 1, but I'm putting him at number 4. But I ain't mad at you if you put him at I'm a little mad, but we're going with Biggie, the late great Notorious B.I.G. at number 4. Just I don't even have to explain.
We're up to 5.
Yeah, wait,
5,
sorry.
5.
Sorry, 5 is Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
So for number 5, we're going Jay-Z. Another New York cat, but obviously one of the top selling rappers of all time. Everybody knows who he is. Nobody's questioning why he's on my list, so I don't need to explain it.
No, but I am questioning you having him higher than Nas.
No, I do.
Nah, bro. Nas.
I do.
Nas over Jay-Z.
I love Nas, but
you're gonna hate my list.
In terms of the whole
Ether.
If you go album versus album, then there's situations where I can pick Nas, but if you're going discography, you can't put Nas over Jay-Z.
Yeah, I agree. So my number 5 is Nas. And obviously Nas is one of the best. Illmatic is one of the top 3 hip hop albums of all time. I love Nas. It was written as another banger. Even at his age now, 50 years old, still dropping bangers. The whole King's Disease series,
Stillmatic,
the Magic. Stillmatic is I wouldn't consider that like one of his best. For some reason, that album just didn't click with me. But I love like all his other stuff. I think as a performer, being able to see him live, I'm actually going to see him too again in September. Him and Wu-Tang Clan in the Barclays Center.
Hey, it ain't hard to tell. Ain't that on Illmatic? That song is one of my favorite.
Yeah, no, that album. It's funny because this is the shirt. It's Illmatic. This is the tape, the cassette tape. Yeah, no, I love Illmatic, man. And again, that's another 25-minute album that you could rock from front to back. Definitely Nas in at number 5.
I play It Ain't Hard to Tell at least 3 times a week. It's one of my
love that one. I love it. Okay, my number 5. You're gonna like this one, Marcus. I'm going with Daddy Fat Sax, Big Boy from Outkast.
B-I-G-B-O-I is the same motherfucker. Put the knuckles to your eye. Let's go. That's what
How can you leave? Dude, I had to put him or Andre 3000, but I always preferred Big Boy a little bit more personally.
Thank you.
That's blasphemous. Andre is definitely the better rapper. I will fight both of you.
No, but listen, I get upset when you see Andre 3000 on these top 10 lists and Big Boy is nowhere to be found. So you're trying to tell me Andre 3000 washed the floor with him every single song they were on?
No.
Exactly. So they should, if they both have to be in the top 10. So I'm glad you put Big Boy.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm putting them together. I'm cheating.
Yeah, no. So that's. But I hate when they be like Andre 3000 in top 5 rappers of all time, and Big Boy is nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, he's kept up and even like passed him on some stuff. So
and his own and like they had that double album where he had his and there was Hey Ya and there was some 3000, but
Big Boy
had his hit. Big Boy had his hits too. You know what I'm saying? I Like the Way You Move was Big Boy's song.
Yeah, dude, that was huge. That was a huge hit. Okay, number 4.
No, we're still on 4. Is it on me or you?
It's on you, dog.
Okay, so you already said it. Biggie coming in at number 4 for me. Arguably one of the best of all time. Definitely one of the top 2, arguably overall, in terms of the general consensus. But for me, I'm putting him in at number 4, but I got no problem with him being number 1. He's one of the greats. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just the wordplay, his ability to flow on beat and just make it dope as fuck, no matter what the beat is. Yeah, one of the greats.
Effortless. For me, my number 4, and this is when you talk about like technical ability, like this guy doesn't have a solo album to his name, but he has a bunch of stuff with the Roots, and then he has the albums with Danger Mouse and then a bunch of stuff with Black Thought. Black Thought to me is the epitome of hip hop, straight spitting. He's like a professor when he gets on this microphone.
The smartest rapper
dude. The Streams of Thought, that's kind of like his last kind of album mixtape series. Streams of Thought, he has, I think, up to volume 4. Phenomenal. Making a Murderer is like him and Styles P. That, oh my god, like that body of work is fantastic. He has a freestyle. Like if you Google
It's
or search on
amazing. He's fucking amazing.
Black Thought on Funkmaster Flex, 10-minute freestyle, one of the greatest freestyles ever at a radio show.
He's not human.
Yeah, he's definitely an alien. So that's Black Thought.
Great choice.
My number 4, I'm going with one of Marcus's picks. You picked NWA. I'm gonna pick one guy particular from NWA. I had to go with Eazy-E, man, because Eazy-E was one of the first like dirty gangster rappers that I discovered when I was growing up, and I took to it so much. Like him, Eazy-E. I mean him, Too Short, Ice Cube. Like I recited their lyrics religiously. Like I don't know, it's just I had to put Eazy-E on my list.
Yeah, Easy was the one I was thinking of when I said NWA more than anybody.
Yeah, definitely. So number 3.
Great choice. All right, number 3. I got Roots, Black Thought. I'm putting the group in. And number 3 has got to be the Roots and Black Thought. One of the dopest rappers you've ever heard of. His lyrics, his ability to put words together, in a way that will make you think, is unmatched. So. Arguably number 1, really, but I got him at number 3. And it was on Twitter recently. It was, what did they say? Black Thought or Nas. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Nas is one of the greats of all time. But if you're talking lyricist, it's Black Thought. It's not even close. In my mind, it's not even close.
I'll agree with you 100%. My number 3, and I knew we could. I wish I knew we could have put groups, but Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes, nice.
Ghostface.
Nice. Put the whole group.
Yeah, man.
Specifically, I love Ghostface, man. I think he brings like a whole different swagger. His vocabulary is crazy. Like what he spit on, like you can't even understand some of the shit. Like on the Supreme Clientele album, you have to decipher it. But that album is absolutely fantastic. Iron Man is great. Obviously, Supreme Clientele.
Yeah.
Fish Scale is phenomenal. I think as aside from Wu-Tang Clan, he's the best solo artist out of Wu-Tang Clan. Like his discography is amazing.
Method,
R&B, the Wizard of Poetry. No, you know what's funny? Because Method Man, I think Method Man is super nice. I don't think he can make an album to save his life. But I love Ghostface, man. Yeah. We at the weed game waiting for Jake. We want 8 ravioli bags, 2 thirsty villains yelling bellyache. Yo, well, real quick, then we'll get the whatever. I was at a Ghostface concert in Brooklyn, right? So I'm sitting like this is the stage, and I'm like this Ghostface. So there's a guy next to me, like some groupie ass cat, and he's like trying to grab Ghostface or whatever, and then he like grazes Ghostface inner thigh, and Ghostface was like, "Yo, shut the music off. Yo, my man, you good? Don't fucking touch me again." In the middle of a show. It was the greatest thing ever.
All right. Well, my number 3, if we could pick a group, I would have picked Hot Boys, but I'm going to go with my favorite, most influential of the Hot Boys. I'm going to say, I can't say my favorite because I got one higher up. I'm going to go with BG from the Hot Boys. Y'all might not be familiar with BG, but him and Lil Wayne initially started off together in a
Marcus
group.
Looks disgusted.
Dude, I used to hate Hot Boys, dude. I used to hate the Hot Boys.
Dude, that was my shit.
I used to say
Cash
there were
Money
everything
Records
that is wrong with rap. I used to say there were everything that is wrong with rap.
And my best friend growing up was a DJ who mainly spun East Coast stuff, and he felt the same way. But now to this day, he'll be like, "Dude, you were actually right about Lil Wayne, though. Like you were actually right."
I have come around. I have also come around on Lil Wayne. It's true. I used to hate Lil Wayne, and now I respect him.
But I'm going with BG for B Jizzle for my number 3.
Bling bling.
Not bad. I respect it. All right, number 2. I'm cheating again. We're going with a group, and it's Outkast. Outkast. I have 16 albums on my wall. 3 of them are Outkast. My favorite album of all time is Outkast ATLiens. It is perfect. Front to start. There's never been a more perfect album put together. And my favorite song of all time is Jazzy Belle on that album. It's my favorite song. I'll listen to it until I die. I just love it. I will never get sick of it. And Andre 3000 is like, he's my brother. Like I listened to this man for many, many years, and I feel like we are just connected. We're both Geminis, and I just feel super connected to him. Outkast, arguably number one, if not for the number one person existing. Outkast, absolutely. I love them. They're on my wall. They'll be my favorite forever.
Good
That's
pick,
dope.
man. Yeah, good pick. Let's see. Is it? Oh no, it's DJ
Yeah,
Link's
it's
turn.
Michael.
My bad. My bad.
So coming in at number two, obviously, East Coast guy, New York or Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Biggie, and the reason I don't have him as number one is because he only had 2 albums. So Biggie to me, like growing up, like when he died, I remember it was on a Sunday morning. I cried. It was like, why is Angie Martinez on the radio on a Sunday morning? And then she was like, Christopher Wallace died. I cried. But Biggie at the time, and you don't get this with a lot of rappers when they're alive, it's when they pass, that's when they start getting all the accolades. When Biggie was alive, he was the first rapper that people were talking about, is this the greatest rapper of all time, while he was alive. And you've never got that until Lil Wayne started the whole I'm the best rapper alive thing. And I just love Biggie. I think everything that he did was effortless. It was
it sounded effortless. It definitely sounded effortless.
Sounded effortless. Exactly. It was like when you take the what do you call that? Like the waffle maker, and then you pour the batter in the waffle maker, and then you see it go and it takes form. That's the way I feel like his voice and his vocals was on any beat. That dude, and it's just Biggie. Like if you put on Life After Death right now, it sounds like it came out, like it's still brand new, like it holds up.
Yep. I'll never forget the first time I played that album. I was blown away by that album. It was so good.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Thank you, sir. We lost Scotty.
Number 2. Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah, I think he's frozen.
All right. I'll do number 1.
A little
oh,
bit.
Wait, he's back. Maybe.
All right, my number.
Maybe.
Nas, East Coast. I got to show the East Coast some love. Nas.
I think I heard Nas.
Before,
yeah.
Illmatic, 5-star classic, 5 mics.
All right, Nas at number 2. Yeah, Nas at number 2.
Nas at number 2. You're choppy, Scotty. You're cutting out on us, but we did get Nas, and that's a great choice. And so hopefully he unfreezes here soon.
Yeah.
I'll go on to number 1 while we're waiting for him. Number 1 shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
I don't know what's
my fellow Gemini, and my top 2 rappers are Geminis, and Tupac Shakur, the greatest rapper of all time. He was the first rapper. He was the first rapper that I just attached myself to, like who I wanted to be. Like as a young kid, it was just I was all about Tupac and his lyrics, and the way that he talked about the world was the way that I thought about the world. To this day, I still think about the world the way that he thought about it in terms of representing 93, in terms of keep your head up, in terms of I get around. Just like every piece of him, every part of him is a part of me as well. And I identified with all of it. And it's the saddest death of my life was losing Tupac. I'll never forget. And it was I was in high school. One of my friends came in and said Tupac was dead, and I didn't believe him. And it was a terrible day. But to this day, I bump him regularly. I still bump all of his stuff, his entire discography, every single album. There's not a single Tupac album that I don't like, that I don't love. There's just no question. I love Outkast, but Tupac is far and away number 1 for me.
Now, how do you feel about the stuff, the post-death Tupac?
It's been good, I like a lot of it. Yeah, like Eminem did one, and
that was horrible, though.
He had, what did he do? It was a song with him and 50, or it was 50 and the Realest Killers or something like that. I liked that song.
That song was that one was fire.
Yeah. That's the only song I can remember from that album. But yeah, so I'd like the post stuff, like his double album with what is it, Thug Heaven or something? God, I'm blanking on it, but
Thug Mansion or something like that.
Yeah, I'll Never Call You Bitch Again. All those. Yeah, that came after he died. I love that album. I'll fight you.
Trash. The problem that I have with Tupac, I'm a casual fan of Tupac. I've been a casual fan of Tupac since he came out back in the day. I think his best album is Me Against the World. I think that's the realest Tupac that you get is on Me Against the World, where he's not tied to his Bishop persona. He's not tied to a death row persona. That's like Tupac. I love Strictly for My Ninjas. I think that's a phenomenal album. My favorite Tupac song of all time is Holla If You Hear Me. I
That's
love
all.
that
Yeah.
song. When
That
I want to
one
get
and
hyped,
represent 93 and that song on that album are fire. Yes.
but what does it for me for Tupac, for every phenomenal song he has like 8 or 9 trash songs.
No, he
Or
doesn't.
that the guest features ruin or something
he
like that.
doesn't.
And it was because he lived in the studio. Like
You be ready. You be ready for me in North Carolina, dude. We got business.
I got
Oh
you.
no.
I got you. Yo, it's on.
We got business.
Yeah, I will
What's your
definitely
number one?
Me Against the World too. I think it's my number one for me, and it's based on the discography, the longevity, and just the pure niceness. For me, is Jay-Z. Like I think Jay-Z is just nice. Like when you listen to, and that's why I love lyrics. I love multi-layered lyrics. I love the double entendres. Like Jay-Z to me is like the epitome of that.
Yeah.
Him and Black Thought, that'll be like a crazy like battle thing there. But I just think Jay-Z is like the nicest freaking rapper, and he's able to do everything, right? So it's the street records, the club records, the whatever records, the R&B stuff. I just think he's freaking he's the best, man. And then for him to drop 444 at 45 years old or wherever he was, and
it was still
a
dope.
fantastic album, blew my mind.
Not easy to do at that age. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, well, my number one would be probably one of the very few people that I would put confidently up against Jay-Z in a battle, and I'm gonna go 100% with Wayne. I literally grew up with Lil Wayne. We're the same age, born. I think his birthday is like a couple days after mine, so we're like exactly the same age. But I grew up listening to this dude's music from early Cash Money and the Hot Boys all the way to current today, and it's still fire. And so had to go with Wayne.
The Carter, what is it? The one with a Millie on it. That's when he turned me around.
The Carter
like,
3.
Okay, maybe he can rap. Okay, maybe he can. All right. Dude. That was what turned me around.
That's a good album. That's I think to me his favorite album. I mean, my favorite album of his. I can't say that I'm a fan. Like I'll be honest. Like it's so many like nonsensical shit that comes out of his mouth. It's like just
it is nonsensical. But what's that album with Drake? She Will. Like She Will with Drake. That song is amazing, dog. That shit is so good.
Truffle butter on your pussy.
You guys had one other question. What was it? I forgot.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we were gonna go with local favorite. One local favorite.
Yeah. Well, mine's easy. Kansas City. There's only one answer you can give in Kansas City, and that is Tech Amina. Tech 9 for sure. Okay. Represents Kansas City to the fullest. And
man.
I could not possibly pick anybody else, but for sure.
Why wasn't Tech 9 on your list, sir?
He's a great rapper, but he's not on my top 10, man.
Yo, he is
Absolute Power. Absolute Power is one of my favorite albums, though. I love that album. It's really good.
Yeah, yo, Tech 9 is freaking super nice. I totally forgot about him until right now. He has that song. I forgot what it is. It's him, Royce the 5'9", and somebody else that is called like Rapping 101 or like Lyrics 101 or something like that. It's phenomenal.
Caribou Lou. It's a great song. Yeah, he's got some bangers, man. Check him out if you ain't up on it.
Yeah. For me, local, it's hard because I don't listen to like new local stuff. But there was a rapper that came out of Brooklyn, that he was down with Slaughterhouse and Joe Budden, so Joel Ortiz. And he was in the group with Royce the 5'9", Joe Budden, Crooked Eye. He made an album with Crooked Eye when the group split up. He has a bunch of solo projects, and I just think he's like super nice. It's just like straight up gutter hip hop.
I just want to say that you have met your Royce the 5'9" mention quota for the night, so you cannot mention him anymore.
You know, it's funny. I regret not putting him on my list. I think Royce 5'9". Yeah,
really,
he's definitely
amazing, dude. Yeah, I just forgot about him.
Yeah, man.
Okay, top 10. Okay.
My local.
I'm sorry.
My local. It's probably going to be somebody nobody's ever heard of. He's kind of up and coming. He was signed to YNW Melly's label, and then the whole Melly murdered his friends thing happened. So I'm not sure if he's signed or not.
Seems like a problem.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
it's a thing that happened.
But I'm going with Slat Zai for my pick. Slat Zai is an up and coming rapper from Chattanooga, and he's really making moves. Lyrically, he's really good. His beats are great. His videos, a lot of his videos you can see are like shot right up the street from where I live, so it's really cool. I've actually seen one of my old streets in one of his videos, so I like watching his videos for that. But He's a really good rapper though. Slat Zai.
How do you spell that?
SLATTZY.
I was spelling it wrong. Okay.
You can pretty much click any of his stuff, and it's all really, really good. But yeah, that's my pick for that. But man, dude,
another underrated cat that I really, really like, and I don't know where he's from, but Brother Ali. I love Brother Ali.
I love me some. I haven't heard a lot of his stuff, but I have. What did I hear by him? And I used to play it the fuck out of it for a while. Yeah, he's the white guy, right?
Yeah.
Albino guy. I remember him now. Yeah.
Yo, he is nice, man.
But
he has that southern twang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find the song that I used to bump it as. I can't remember it.
What
that was dope.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot of
really
fun.
Cool, man. Yeah, a lot of fun. My list was the best. I'm just kidding.
You guys had some good lists though, man. Some good lists.
Y'all know who won. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to hurt anybody's feelings.
I knew that my list wasn't going to be the most popular list.
It's clear who won, though.
But that's what I was saying at the beginning. So it's all about what you were exposed to. You know what I mean?
For sure. Like Joe Budden, he might be on my list if I'd ever actually listened to his stuff. You know,
dude, I'm gonna put together a playlist for you, like of my favorite songs. I'll put it on Spotify and share it with you.
All right, I'm down for it. I'm always down for new music as long as it's good music.
Yeah.
I don't hear enough new music anymore. You stop listening to new music the older you get, and so I'm always down. If it's good, give it to me.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys got coming up? What do you got coming up, Marcus?
Tomorrow we have the Comic Book Storytime episode number 5 with Lorenzo that premieres at 1:00 Eastern Time, 12 Central Time. Definitely check that out if you could. I'd appreciate it. And then FOC and Chill, Fuck and Chill tomorrow night, 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. We're gonna look at the FOC list if people don't distract me from it. But the best weeks on FOC and Chill, we never look at the FOC because we're too busy shooting the shit about other things.
Yeah. It's always a fun time over there. You guys be sure to check that out. And DJ Linx, what do you got coming up?
First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me on here, dude. I had a fantastic time.
Thank you for being here, man. It was a pleasure.
No, of course, I had a fantastic time, man. And it's funny because I was telling Brian LCS this when we did the 411. I think a lot of people shy away from like getting bigger channels onto their stuff, which they shouldn't. So, I spoke with Wink Inc. about this, Mark from Legion of Comics, where we're like, yo, nobody invites us to anything anymore.
The reason why is people don't want to bother you, that's why.
Yeah. And it's funny. We're on the other side. Like, bother me, please. Bother me. Please. No, but seriously, thank you, man. This made my Monday and probably most likely my week. This week on Wednesday at 9:00, I'll be on with Mark from Legion of Comics. He's doing his 2,500 subscribers celebration. So a bunch of us.
We are Legion.
Congratulations, Mark.
Giving stuff away there. I'll be in the mix on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll have my 3K sub celebration, and that's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be different. I'm gonna try to switch it up, man, and incorporate some like music elements and stuff into it. So, if you want free shit, come through. Basically,
we had Chip. We had the great Chip lurking in the chat. What up, Chip?
Chip is an awesome dude, man.
But well, thanks to both of you guys for coming out. I appreciate all you guys at home that showed up tonight to watch and hang out with us. Went over a little bit. I apologize for that. But man, the list, dude, got caught up in the list.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Don't apologize for this greatness.
But tune in next week, y'all. Next week I'll have Charlotte Gaston from the Council. Let me get it right. From the Council for Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services. It's going to be a really interesting show, y'all. I hope you guys tune in. That's next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I love you guys. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.